So what I do at NC State, thinking about studying graduate students, I'm very interested in how those students make decisions. And I find out they'll talk about an experience that happened to them in their 6th grade science class, or the teacher in middle school who says, "You're really good at science, you should do this someday." I grew up in a very rural community in North Dakota, and none of these opportunities were there. And I think I was really interested in science, but there wasn't a role model, there wasn't a program, there wasn't a person who encouraged me to do something. So when my own daughter brought home a note from school that said, "Mom, I want to think about the Science Olympiad program," I thought, wow, what a wonderful opportunity. We're going to sign her up. So after coaching for a few years, you always get tapped then to, why don't you lead the team? So stepped up in that role, and I said, we need a sustainable plan. I'm working at an institution of higher education that produces STEM majors, and there are a lot of students that would be happy to volunteer with kids who want to give back already to their communities. So it's grown from a couple students who I knew to now, on a regular basis, dozens of students that are interested in volunteering and do commit to the program.
I love knowing that I get to make an impact on these young minds. Young kids who are in like that elementary school age are still pretty impressionable, and they still get really excited about things.
Estimate the degree of the angles.
Oh, I know,
This
right angle.
would be 150.
One of the most rewarding things that I had from last year was I actually had an email from a mom thanking me for being such a positive woman in STEM for her daughter.
If you're okay with this, you just need to be able to be aware of the logistics of how it's going to hang down. Because I don't want your bridge to fail because it rubs a member wrong. Does that make sense?
It's important that young girls and even young boys as well see that regardless of your age, of your color, of your gender, you can do science. Anything that you put your mind to, you can do.
The kids working with the students at NC State as their coaches, I look at them kind of, like a mentor, like their big brother, big sister. They listen to teachers all day, and I think that the young kids coming in from NC State was just super cool. I think it just really made especially girls say, wow, look at her. So I know that the kids walk away from that as, being excited and wanting to know more about what science can be like for them.
The STEM workforce should reflect who's in our community. I'm not an engineer and I'm not a scientist, but I know that a homogeneous group of people around a brainstorming table don't develop the kind of ideas that a really diverse table of different kinds of perspectives and different ideas, what the outcome could be. If we're going to see a change, we have to hit the beginning of the pipeline, because the end of the pipeline looks really bleak. But if I start working with kids in elementary school and just as many girls as boys are interested in chemistry, then I get really positive. I get excited. I know the future is going to be better.